If Donald Trump does win the election and people look back and, hindsight's 2020 vision, isn't it? Kamala Harris has just conducted a fairly bruising Fox News interview and got a lot of compliments out of it. Has she taken too long to step into the lion's den?
Yes, the short answer is yes. I think that, her campaign believed coming out of the convention, she had that little boomlet. The Democratic Party was very excited to be rid of sort of the dead weight that was Joe Biden. Everybody rallied around her. She was very nervous to come out with any major policy pronouncements because she didn't want to inadvertently alienate anybody. She thought that the vibe election could coast her through to November. And while it did work for a couple of weeks and she did have an outsized gain versus Trump in the polls, she was outside the margin of error. That ran out weeks ago. And in the meantime, you can sort of see that they've had a difficult time finding their footing. The issues going on in the Middle East, we had severe hurricanes in the southern part of the country. And so there was a governmental aspect that sort of, entered the political sphere. And it was clear that they really didn't know where to go or what to do. And I actually thought this week she stepped up her travel schedule. She's doing a number of events in Wisconsin, a number of events in Michigan. She went on Fox News. That interview alone reached around 5 million people in real time. She's doing podcasts that have major reach. The problem is, did they wait until too long? Was she spending too much time on Oprah's couch and doing The View and Stephen Colbert, sort of these softball interviews that weren't moving people, whereas she should have been stepping into the lion's den? I personally think they did her a great disservice by waiting until now to shift that strategy, but we'll see. We still have time. And again, she does have the money advantage and the mainstream media on her side. So we should not count her out. But if they look back and Trump wins, I think they're going to say, political pundits will say, they spent too much time on a vibe election and not enough time getting into the specifics, talking about economic policies that are going to resonate, dealing with the border, and getting into actual substance in these interviews.
Absolutely. Melissa, it's always great to have you on the program. We'll do it again soon.
Thank you so much for having me.